If you bought our water resistant label printer, makes all your tickets on your pouches look professional. The health department's going to love you for it, and it's all FDA required information. I've made another program, and it's actually soup. So I am using the liquid control, set my pressure setting, gas flush is off, seal time, soft air is off. But let's talk about the label printer. Again, you have extra information if you hit the I and click on those. Gives you a little more information. You have the ability to use up to 100 labels, and we can tie that in to specific programs. So we'll call this label number one. And if we're doing, depending on the chamber size, the seal bar width, if you have a single or a double, if I'm doing 4 bags of soup at a time, it would be convenient to actually print 4 labels. So let's save the program again with our selected label and how many per cycle. This can be changed on the units quite easily if for whatever reason you'd be doing 2 bags at a time. You can actually reset that quite easily and save it. So we'll save that program and let's go back up and let's go into our labels. Click the labels. If you would have labels, but mostly not, you would import them and do it the same way as you did with the program. So export the labels to a USB key from your CombiVac unit and import them back here. That way you have a master or a copy of the originals. So the program I had made was soup using the liquid control, and I'm going to make a tomato soup label. That's what our product name is. We have an additional 16 characters that you could technically use the dates of the expiration date of the tomatoes. You could use the license plate of the truck. You could use an invoice number, whatever makes sense for you. I'll leave this blank at present time. Your store temperature, Fahrenheit would be good. We'll make that 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and we'll expire that. Keep it realistic, and in FDA Health Department regulation, let's do the soup for 30 days. I want to print the storage temperature. I want to print an expiration date. I want to print an end vacuum, so the maximum reached end vacuum will be printed on the label, including date, time, and the customer's name. So the customer name could be the name of your restaurant, for example. And then we'll select which label we would like. We have up to 100 possibilities. To make this easy, let's create label number one. Don't forget to save your label, and they'll start populating up here until we're done with all the labels that would be necessary. Let's go back to programs and let's tie that in with, let's see if it was it this one. Nope. Okay, let's tie that back in with program 13, which I created using the liquid control. I have my pressure settings, my seal time, soft air, and one is off. And basically now this is going to tie automatically in with this program. So when your printer is on, it will start spitting out tickets. So it was label one we created for tomato soup, and I'm doing 4 bags per cycle per time I seal something. So I want 4 labels to be printing. Again, you don't have to come back to the cloud-based system to adjust that. Adjusting is quite easily done on the unit itself. And even adding or printing out additional labels if that would be necessary. So you could be creating labels for all your programs and more, depending on which product you're running at that time. Ability to adjust which label is being printed. To add additional labels, just hit add a new label and give it a name as well. We'll do marinated beef. Here again, you could put any additional information, invoice number, box number, expiration date, whatever makes sense for you. the storage, whatever temperature you would like to store it at, and the expiration dates that would make sense. I turn all of my label options on so I have as much information as possible on my labels. The health department will love you. Select a new and or unused label and save the label. Okay, saving back your label.txt file back to your USB, so you have the ability to upload it to your CombiVac unit, and everything, programs, settings, and labels will appear instantly like magic. Again, make sure that it's labels.txt, programs.txt, and settings.txt. Those are the only files that your CombiVac unit will understand. Labels 1 or labels copy will not be read. So just keep that in mind when you're saving back to your USB key. Maybe keep one of these files in a folder as your master or original files. That way you always have a backup. You never know.